Hey guys, welcome back. Day 5 of the Alma Mactzil Retreat. My voice is a little bit hoarse because of the Temazcal we did today. It was a very beautiful experience. I feel super grateful, I feel super calm. It was a really intense spiritual experience that I really didn't expect whatsoever. So let me just talk about the experience in the Temazcal. So basically a Temazcal is a dome that is created by branches, and you put blankets on top and you make a fire and you put stones into the fire so they heat up, and then you take the stones, you put them inside the dome and you put water on the stone so it evaporates and it becomes really hot inside. Okay, but the dome is on the earth, so when you sit inside you get dirty, your feet get dirty, everything gets dirty. And as some of you may know, that I feel a lot of resistance against getting myself dirty with the earth. I really resist it a lot. And so as we go inside and we sit down, all of us, we were 10 people or something inside the dome, so it was very crowded, very dense, and I felt so much resistance. I was like, man, what is this? Like, I want to get out right now. It's like, I don't want to be here, it's too hot, it's uncomfortable, I have no patience for this, I don't like it. But as you know, currently I am living a life where whenever I feel resistance, I push through that resistance, the fear, the discomfort, and I stick with it. And so I did. And so a few people started sharing. Let me talk a little bit more about Temazcal. Is an ancient kind of like Mexican sauna in a way. So it has a lot of tradition behind it. It's a very powerful tool that people have been using here in Mexico for many years. So it's something that should be treated with respect, and that's exactly what happened. It was really like a ceremony. Lorena, the owner of the place here, she's a beautiful facilitator. She takes it very seriously, and it's something that is being carried with respect. So as we sit there, Lorena gives the introduction. She blesses all the stones, and she blesses the water, and she blesses every one of us, and then she invites us to share. And a few of the people that are here, that are living where we are living together with, they started sharing about their pains, about things that happened to them, and all of a sudden the energy completely changes within me. I start to pay close attention to what people are saying, and I start to get really engaged with what they are talking about, right? I open my ears, I open my eyes, and I forget that it's so discomfort, that there is so much discomfort, it's so uncomfortable, it's so hot, I forget. And I tune in, I listen. And as they are sharing, this has a very opening effect. Everybody starts to feel more comfortable sharing or expressing themselves. And so a lot of people express very deep and profound pains and suffering, and people start crying. And it was very intense, this first round, because you do multiple rounds. And I didn't know this, but as people shared their pain, and the conversation naturally came to a close. Okay, you always have like a rhythm in a conversation. It starts, then there is a peak, and then it goes down again. And as the conversation came to a natural close, the circle ends, and you can, if you want, leave the dome and then recharge and then go back in. And so we took a break. A few people left, and I felt still the resistance to go back in, so I decided to go back in. And now I felt more free to share a little bit what was going on within me, because the first round I felt this resistance, this frustration. I was like, God damn, it's so hot in here. And you can express whatever you want, because it's also a practice in the throat chakra. We eat this root before we go in. I don't know the name, but we eat it, we chew it, and it makes so much saliva in your mouth. It starts to bubble. It's a very strange sensation. It's very, like so much saliva starts to bubble up into your mouth, and it numbs your tongue also when you chew it. And so the first time you spit the saliva, and then the second time you keep it in your mouth and you swallow it, and it gets this tingling feeling in your throat. And the idea behind it is that you open up your throat chakra, so you allow yourself to express the things that you might have been repressing. So that is why in the Temazcal everybody is invited to share whatever is going on within them, to express it, to make the noises, the sounds, to just share whatever is coming up. Okay? And so the first round, what came up with me is like, God damn, it's so hot in here. Like, I was so frustrated because it was so hot and I wanted to leave. So I felt this urge to express that. And then so the second round we came back in, and because other people shared their vulnerable emotions, I felt comfortable enough to share them myself. And I felt this anger, like so much anger. It was and I started shouting. I'm like, I'm so angry. And other people start to resonate with this energy, and other people start to, also express their anger. And it was like so freeing to express this anger. Like express it like so deeply, so loud. And then Lorena was guiding, facilitating this whole experience, and he says like, okay, this is a great expression. Thank you so much for sharing this energy. And now there's two ways you can go with this anger. You can keep putting wood on the fire and expressing it more and more and more and more, or you can choose to calm down again. And I naturally realized, or I understood that, yes, of course, you also need to come back to your senses and find composure again. And that's what I did. So the anger came down, and then it started to morph into tears, and the experience or the awareness of treating yourself with kindness and compassion. And then I start laughing, and I start crying, and I start smiling, and I start saying, I love you, forgiveness, acceptance. And it was such a profound experience for me to feel so free in that expression, to go through this whole range of, again, like this frustration, this anger, this sadness, this acceptance of that sadness, this acceptance of all that is living within me, this understanding that I have been living with so much restriction and so much repressed energy, and that the frustration, that me wanting to get out of that tent is more me wanting to get out of myself, right? And so there was such a release of energy, such an intense release of energy for me. And then after everybody could share whatever was going on, the energy naturally dropped again, and then we came back out after the second round, and I decided to leave a little bit and go lay down in this area actually. And I was just laying down, and I was just enjoying being in this fresh air, feeling this gratitude for being able to express all this energy, all this pent up anger. And I was laying there, and I felt so grateful for this whole range of experiences, this realization that I have been holding myself back for so long, like in so many ways. And I laid down here and I started laughing like a madman, laughing because it's so funny. I thought it was so funny that all these irrational fears, these stupid thoughts in our minds, these things that we tell ourselves can have so much power over us, but they actually don't. And that's the crazy thing to realize. They don't hold the power over us. We believe that they hold the power over us. We make ourselves believe that they do, but they don't. and we can choose against these fears. We can choose against all these thoughts and these anxieties and these beliefs. We can choose otherwise. And I was laughing because I thought it was so funny that I lived my life in so much fear for so long. And and that the key to personal freedom is not more pent up emotions, not less expression. No, it's more authentic expression, more honesty, more genuine sharing of what's going on. And within a community like this, that is the most profound way to do that, because you trust the people, you're sharing the space with them, you are living together, you're going through these things together. And that is what makes it so much more transformative, because it's not just you by yourself, it's witnessed by other people, and it is so powerful. And after that I was just laughing, telling myself, it's so funny. I started laughing like a crazy kid. And then Lorena and the others, they invited me to go back in, because I felt like, okay, this was enough. I've had enough. The first round I was supporting others in sharing their pain. I was really paying close attention, giving my energy. And then the second round, I was expressing so much emotion. And then I felt, it's over, I'm done. But they invited me to go back in, and I was like, okay, let me go back in. And I expressed my gratitude for everybody experiencing me and not judging it. It was amazing, all these smiles on their faces, because before I got back, I started shouting, there is so much things I want to do. I want to do so much things, so many things. I feel so alive. Thank you for allowing me to make this life flow through me. I feel so grateful for all this life. It felt so good to feel alive, so free. And I was rolling in the mud. I was rolling in the leaves. I throw them in the air. I'm like, I feel so alive, thank you. And everybody witnessed this, and they were smiling, and they could feel the realness of what I was expressing, what I was feeling. It was so incredibly beautiful. Wow, just wow. And then we went back in, we did the third round, and then I came back to myself, I calmed down, and then I was there with all the rest, and we expressed gratitude for our lineage and the different countries that we live in and the families that we're part of. And then we had a last sprint where she put a lot of water on the stones, and so it was super hot. And that is to activate the fire element within each and every one of us, because there's 4 elements: fire, water, air, and earth. And so the Temazcal embodies all these different elements. You have the fire with the stones, the water, you have the air when you get out of the tent, and you have the earth where everything is grounded. And so it was such a profound experience to go through this, and I absolutely did not expect this to happen at all. I was just, this is just a stupid sauna in the middle of the jungle, and I don't want to be here kind of approach in the beginning. But then after that, it completely ripped apart my preconceived notions of this thing, of this experience. And I felt so alive, so vibrant, so excited to live. I want to live. I realized I want to live. It's such an amazing experience to understand, to feel this, to really want to live, to not just, plow through life, to go through the motions. No, be engaged. Want to live. Be engaged with life. It's so profound, so beautiful. And at any time, at any point in time, you can decide this. You can decide to start engaging with life fully, your full commitment, your full engagement, your full awareness, your full attention, your full focus honoring your aliveness. That is wow. And I wanted to invite you to perhaps consider exploring this for yourself. But you have to live it. You have to experience it, see it, feel it. I can't do that for you. You have to figure out the things you need to do in order for you to get there. But it's possible, guys. It's possible. You don't need to live in this anxiety all the time. You don't need to live in this dread, in this fear. There's no need. You can at any time in your life decide it's time for a change, a big change. And that is exactly what is happening here. And of course it's a process. I will probably sometimes go back into a state of dread and fear and disengagement, of course. But it's these experiences that really build a reference point and remind me to stay in touch, to explore, to trust, to surrender. Wow, amazing. So that is the only thing I wanted to share today, because it was so profound, and I hope that it was inspiring somehow. And I'm super curious also to watch back on this moment, to see this video in a few years, 5 years, 10 years, and remember what it felt like to be surrounded by all these beautiful people in these incredible surroundings, this beautiful setting, and engage in such a profound ritual. It was beautiful. So I want to thank you for your attention. I want to thank you for being here. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.